Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in today. So, we're diving into something that's really relevant for all of us in this digital age: online scams.
I mean, it's crazy how common they are, right? Like, we all think we're pretty savvy, but honestly, anyone can fall victim to these scams. Today, I'll be breaking down the landscape of internet scams, especially focusing on what's going on in India, and sharing some tips on how we can all protect ourselves. Let's get into it.
First off, let's just acknowledge how rampant these scams have become. I think it's kind of wild when you think about it. Like, we're living in a time where fraudsters are getting smarter and more sophisticated.
It's not just the obvious scams anymore. They're using really clever tactics that can fool even the most cautious among us. And if I'm being honest, that realization hits hard.
It's like, we're constantly on alert, but there's still that feeling of vulnerability. So, I've been doing some digging into the rise of internet scams, particularly in India. It's alarming to see how quickly these scams have evolved. You've got phishing emails that look almost legit, and then there are fake websites that can track you in just a few clicks. I mean, it's like walking through a minefield, and every step feels risky. This whole situation has made me reflect on how, sometimes, we underestimate the lengths to which scammers will go. Now, let's talk about some common scams to watch out for. Phishing emails. Oh man, those are everywhere. They often look like they're from trusted sources, which makes it super easy to fall for them. I've had my fair share of these in my inbox, and, honestly, the first time I clicked on one, I felt this rush of panic when I realized what I'd done.
It was like a punch in the gut. I learned to slow down and really examine the sender's email address and the content. It's a valuable lesson, like always double-check before clicking on anything. Then there are the fake websites.
You know the ones I'm talking about, those flashy sites that promise unbelievable deals. It's so tempting, but you've got to be careful. Look for signs of deception, misspellings, weird URLs, and sketchy payment methods.
The first time I encountered one of these, I felt this mix of excitement and dread. I mean, who doesn't love a good deal? But the realization that I was being lured into a trap was, a wake-up call. Now, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by all this.
But it's crucial to remember that personal responsibility plays a huge role here. Staying informed is key. I can't stress enough how important it is to take a proactive approach to online safety.
It's not just about being aware of the scams. It's about actively protecting yourself. So let's get into some strategies that can really help. First, create strong, unique passwords for each of your accounts.
I know it can be a pain to remember them all, but trust me, it's worth it. Using a password manager can really simplify this whole process.
And, two-factor authentication? Yes, please. It adds that extra layer of security that can be a total lifesaver. And don't forget to regularly update your software and devices. I know, it's like one more thing on the to-do list, but those updates often include important security patches. Taking that time can prevent a lot of headaches down the line. So, as we wrap this up, I want to reinforce the message that no one is immune to scams. It's like super easy to think, oh, that won't happen to me. But the truth is, it can happen to anyone.
What I've learned through all of this is that we have to be vigilant, but we also need to be kind to ourselves. It's okay to make mistakes. What matters is that we learn from them and move forward. If you've found any of this helpful, please like, subscribe, and comment below. I'd love to hear your experiences or tips on how you've managed to stay safe online.
Remember, we're all in this together, and sharing our knowledge can really make a difference. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Let's keep the conversation going, and together we can navigate this tricky digital landscape. Stay safe out there.